Well, hell
Welcome back to Daily Dose. Look, she's sipping. She's talking. So, did I cut you off again? We're both so energetic right now.
yeah. No, 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 no.
That's my pal Susan. You guys know this guy's Robert, and we're talking about supercharge and the fact that Susan, today was the day, is the day that she got turned on with her DBS surgery. And my question to you is this: that because this was brought up to you as one of our discoveries about your process, learning about this, that it has progressed. I mean, DBS has at least 20 years of history in surgery, and probably deeper roots, but really being commercially viable at least 20 years. And there, where it's gone to from kind of a curiosity. I don't mean it was that 20 years ago. Who knows how long it's been more of a curiosity and could they do it and efficacy and all that, is to now they're so good at it and it's so regular that they use that phrase. What was that phrase they used? This is standard of care. Is
The
that
standard of care when your medications no longer do the job. Do the job.
so? I want to hit on that for just a moment and then we'll progress it. So you as now, a 2 to 3 hour post turn on person
Post programmed, yes.
seem to be very pleased with the early return and the idea that there are progressive results to follow, that you get better, right? Is that fair to say?
Indeed.
So here's where I posit this to you then. As it plays into the hero's journey, and we know it as an educational, the day one program, could you see where we talk about this, particularly say with a young onset crowd, and just say, as you're learning about Parkinson's, you should know that it doesn't mean you have to. However, there's a very important standard of care operation potentially in your future that could be considered as part of your future, your hero's journey, that gives you hope for now and kind of, as you did, preparation for this time and this big change in life that again extends your opportunity to live well. Does it make sense in a hero's journey to present it that way?
And are you suggesting this would be me talking to another person who's
Well, it would be us in the program, like you said, and the program being day one, to simply say at some point, just as we say, by the way, there's your ordinary world before Parkinson's, or the call to adventure, being diagnosed, maybe somewhere after the ordeal, perhaps, or something,
to
who knows where, there is, hey, by the way, there's something out there. There's another call to adventure, might be another hero's journey years in the future. Maybe this is even mentioned later. They say, what you've done here is great, and
and
recognize there's something out there for you. Does it
my
make sense?
my personal experience of myself in my own journey
Yeah.
is that I hit what I would describe as the ordeal was within my own head, um, wrestling with the decision. And once I made the decision, I mean, I was through the ordeal. I right after that is when I get to pull my sword up out of the rock, right? So that battle is kind of the first half of the journey. So what's typically the call to adventure kind of begins. It doesn't kick in really until you say yes, and then when you
So,
say yes,
so if I'm hearing you right, and this first kind of a related thought is we could look at DBS as its own singular hero's journey. That maybe in the first program of the hero's journey generally, we're just exploring individually, and at the end of it, we say, by the way, there is a supplemental program for people who don't have DBS at this
wow,
point, where we offer day one PD superheroes as the DBS journey.
absolutely, it's such a cool idea.
Hmm.
At least from my experience, because
Well,
I
you're on
did
it
go through each one of those steps.
because you're in the journey, and you've already laid it out in theory, and now you get a yes and that based on your experience. So,
And I have um, my elixir, right?
right.
Now I have my responsibility, I have my re-entry into the world, I have this gift that I can offer to other people. And really, I feel like that's why we've tagged and targeted the DBS, my experience, off and on throughout our daily doses, because it has felt like there's something we can offer to other people who are considering it.
And it's such a lesser understood and yet completely critical part of the hero's journey that it ends up not being about him or her. It ends up being about what he or she brings back, or they bring back
Yes,
to the
yes,
ordinary world. And so
yes.
you nailed it. You totally identified it. And that
Let's go
is
do
your daily dose.
it.